One of the things that we seem to be talking about is the idea of kids creating their own things, personalizing. How important is the ability to personalize a game, even to just a small extent, changing the color of my character or the clothing or whatever? How important is personalization in children's games?
This is the what I want, when I want it, where I want it generation. And so personalizing is incredibly important to them. You see this coming out not in the game space that I've been watching, but in the ebook space. It's Lost My Name, the e-books. So across different platforms of kids' media, everyone's looking for the way that you create a personal experience, a customized experience, and artificial intelligence is growing as a way to create an experience that grows with the child and changes with the child.
Yeah, so I think that is touching on where we're kind of probably headed as far as personalization goes. So as a big part of a lot of our games right now is a natural language processing system that's going to allow us to ultimately have two-way conversation in games. And I think through that we're going to see a much more personalized experience than we've achieved so far, because I do see a huge amount of value in it. We just are still working on that right way to make it part of the whole experience.
Yeah, I think personalization is very important. You go back to the first children's software I did 20, 25 years ago. One of the things that we dealt with is just getting the user's first name, and then when they start the software, greeting them. Hey, hi Bob. Hey Sal. But beyond that, a lot of times people forget, for example, that they have to deal with different genders. And one of the things that we were recently discussing is, we wanted to have a library of sound effects that would be optionally turned on and off inside of an application. But then we realized we really should offer, different themed libraries of sound effects. So we could have a fantasy library with softer sounds. We could have a sci-fi library, And so thinking in terms of, what kind of sounds would appeal to a young girl playing the game versus sounds that a boy would like, and maybe sounds that a parent would like. And so thinking in terms of that, personalization, giving them the ability to not only change the color scheme. I want things more blue, but also the sounds as a theme was something that we thought was very important and added a lot of engagement with it. And sort of, I liken it to the example of why a car salesperson will encourage somebody looking at an automobile to test drive the car, right? Or a retail salesperson handing a visible object to the potential customer and saying, hold this in your hand, and a transfer of ownership. So through personalization, you're giving them a sense of more ownership about the user experience that you're creating, and that provides that engagement, that commitment to reusing the software over and over.
This is, by the way, another place where how you position it is going to be very important. If you look at the introduction of Hello Barbie last year, the artificial intelligence Barbie, and the activist community went crazy. It's listening to you. It's an invasion of privacy. And Hello Barbie is not sold all that well. There are other reasons. You can't do the things with Barbie that kids tend to do with a doll. You can't take it in the bath with you, for example. But then Cognitoys came out with its toy based on very much the same thing. And nobody went crazy because Cognitoys was positioned as an educational toy, whereas Barbie was an interactive plaything.